Welcome to Westmoreland Community Connections, a look at issues and happenings on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. Here now is your host, Jennifer Miele, Chief Communications Officer and Managing Director of Evangelization of the Diocese of Greensburg.
Welcome to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. I'm your host, Jennifer Miele. Today's topic is about the Diocese of Greensburg car show coming up on Father's Day weekend, an opportunity for all of us to support emergency relief in Ukraine. Now, this car show is happening in conjunction with the Western Pennsylvania chapter of the Pontiac Oakland Club International. The event will take place on Saturday, June 19th. Car show registration is open from 9 to 12, and then at noon, the car show itself starts. That goes from noon until 4. All day from 12 to 7 p.m., there will be food trucks and beverage vendors, and then at 4:30 p.m., there will be an outdoor mass. We're going to have live music at the Diocese of Greensburg car show on Father's Day weekend from DJ Frankie Day. There will also be food, craft beer, wine vendors, a 50-50, and a Father's Day craft for kids. The location is at Christ Our Shepherd Center. That's at 2900 Seminary Drive in Greensburg. And if you'd like to pre-register your car for this event, you can do that. That is free. You can also pre-register for a free t-shirt. All that information is on the Diocese of Greensburg website. You can visit dioceseofgreensburg.org/car show. Now, I did have an opportunity to catch up with Bishop Larry Kulik, who is a car enthusiast himself, to see what he had to say about the car show.
Absolutely. I see the car show as a great opportunity for evangelization using the theme of cars. And everyone may not be a car enthusiast or have a classic or an antique car that they would like to enter into the show. But certainly, I think a lot of people love the opportunity to come and to look at some of the cars, but also just to spend time talking with other people from across the region. And not only are we going to have cars, but there's going to be a wonderful assortment of food, entertainment, and activities, even for our younger members and our families. Yes, this year's car show is going to be held on Saturday of Father's Day weekend. And it's a wonderful opportunity to not only gather our fathers, but to pay a special tribute to them. We're going to have not only the car show, but we're going to have at the end of the car show an opportunity for a beautiful mass, the weekend mass, the vigil mass for Father's Day weekend. And in a special way, our grounds up here at the chapel itself is under the patronage of St. Joseph, who's the patron of fathers. So we're going to have mass as well as a very special blessing for all of our fathers. One of the things we're going to be doing at the end of the car show is we're going to offer our Saturday evening vigil mass, which will count for the Sunday obligation. And we're hoping to have that as an outdoor mass and have a special tribute and a blessing for all of our fathers. However, if the weather does become inclement, we have the beautiful St. Joseph Chapel here at Christ Our Shepherd Center. And how appropriate, too, that the patronage of St. Joseph, who is the patron of fathers, is the name of the chapel and the patronage that we undergo here at Christ Our Shepherd Center.
Bishop also talked about the opportunity for a special award.
It is Father's Day weekend, is we're going to have a special award that is going to be given to the best father-child combination of cars. So if you're a father and you have children who have classic or collectible cars and you come as a group, you'll be eligible to be considered for this special Father-Child Award at the Diocese of Greensburg's first annual car show.
Another neat little nugget to this story that people might not know is the bishop himself is quite the car enthusiast, and he will have cars present at the car show.
I'm hopefully going to have a couple of my cars. I'm going to have my 1966 Pontiac Le Mans, which was the car that's very special to me. It was my grandfather's car, the car I received on my 18th birthday, and the car I came home from as a newborn from the hospital in. And of course, I'm hoping and thinking that we're going to be able to have The Chief is going to be present. My 1949 Pontiac Streamliner Deluxe. It's currently at the Pontiac Museum in Pontiac, Illinois, but we're making some plans to be able to have it back for an inaugural return home after 2 years this coming June.
This is also an opportunity for everyone in the community to help support emergency relief in Ukraine.
Any of the profits that come from the car show that we would make will help to support people in Ukraine and also help support the refugee situation. As you know, many people are fleeing from the country. Millions have fled into the neighboring countries, and even there may be some soon coming to the United States. So our hope is that any funds that are raised as a profit will not remain with us, but will be used to help the situation in Ukraine.
That's Bishop Larry Kulik, Bishop of the Diocese of Greensburg, talking about the Diocese of Greensburg Father's Day weekend car show coming up on Saturday, June 18th. The car show registration begins at 9 a.m. and goes until noon, and then the car show starts at noon. That goes until 4 o'clock. After that, there is a live mass outdoors scheduled at 4:30 p.m. on the grounds of Christ Our Shepherd Center. That's at 2900 Seminary Drive in Greensburg. You're listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. Coming up after the break, we're going to talk to two staff members at the Diocese of Greensburg who are helping organize the car show on Father's Day weekend, so we can hear more about the food trucks, the vendors, and also the opportunity for individuals to connect as a community. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Westmoreland Community Connections on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. If you have a suggestion for a topic, or if your nonprofit organization would like to be featured on this program, call us during regular business hours at 724-216-1200.
Welcome back to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. My next guest talking about the car show today is John Zilka, and he is the Director of Visual Media for the Diocese of Greensburg, and he's done a spectacular job in working to promote the event. So, John, why don't you tell us a little bit about all of the things that we're going to see in the ads for the car show?
You're going to see the items about cars, obviously. To get the car enthusiasts out there. You're going to see stuff about food trucks. We're going to have several food trucks there in the area. And you're going to see stuff about the outdoor mass. Bishop's going to be there doing an outdoor mass after the car show and a special blessing for fathers that day. Father's Day is the next day, Sunday, for the car show.
I think it sounds really great and the ads look really cool. Now, you did these for multiple platforms, though, right? Tell us about the different platforms, because it's print for sure. Where can we see the print ads?
You can see the print ads. Well, if you go to a local car show, you may see our print ads there. We have several flyers out at several car shows in the area. We have a magazine that's coming out the week of May 16th, and you'll see an ad for the car show in there, and also in the summer event guide talking about the car show. That's the print ads. I don't believe there's anything else.
Yeah, there are the digital ads as well, and you got kind of creative with the digital ads. How did you do that?
Well, the digital ads, with cars, you can always do a lot of hyped up stuff, I would say, some exciting stuff with engines and roaring and tires squealing. So we've got digital ads going out on Facebook, Instagram. I don't believe we have any more digital. Well, we have display ads throughout several websites on the area. They're going to be going out. So you may see our car show ads pop up while you're surfing the web.
And the nice thing is that you can find out all the information where?
If you go to dioceseofgreensburg.org/car show, you can find out information there. If you just go to the dioceseofgreensburg.org, there's a header on our page. You can click through and find more information about the car show, how to register if you're just going to go see the show. If you register early, you get a free t-shirt. And if you're going to be a sponsor, you can register to be a sponsor and give money for the show. It supports emergency relief in Ukraine. And if you have a car to register, you can go there and register your car.
And
it's free registration, donations accepted, but everything's free. No cost to register your car and show your car.
Now, you've had quite a bit of experience with Bishop Kulik and his cars. I mean, starting, I believe when you started at the Diocese of Greensburg in 2018, he was already trying to get you to do a story about classic cars. He's really into them, huh?
Well, Bishop Kulik is definitely a car enthusiast. He is a Pontiac enthusiast. He owns 2 Pontiacs. He owns a 1966 GTO, I believe. I can't remember what they are exactly. I have them written down. But he owns 2 classic cars. Both one he inherited. He was brought home from the hospital in the one car, and it was gifted to him by his grandmother. So that's kind of a cool story. And that's
what he does. Yeah. And he used to do this car show at his parish, right? At St. James in New Alexandria?
Yes, at St. James. They always had an annual car show. It was a huge production. Lots of cars, lots of activities. I believe they had a spaghetti dinner that night just to help raise money for the parish itself and a couple of charities that they sponsored.
So now he took this as an opportunity to say, hey, how can we, get together and become a community again, but also support emergency relief in Ukraine, which I think is really nice. And I like the idea of having it Father's Day weekend with the outdoor mass. As long as the weather's good, it'll be outside. That was John Zilka, the Director of Visual Communications at the Diocese of Greensburg. And now joining me is Robin Mull. She's the Director of Marketing at the Diocese, and she is the planning guru for this event. So, Robin, what are you most excited for about the car cruise?
I am excited just to get everyone together, on a beautiful day for celebrating fathers. And I know Bishop Kulik is really excited. So I'm looking forward to see all the fancy cars that people bring and also their smiling faces.
Wonderful. So do you want to tell us about the food trucks that are going to be there?
Yes. So on the lineup right now, we have Big Black Grill, Sunny Shaved Ice and pierogies. I can't miss an event without pierogies and stuffed cabbage and sausage. Rocket Kettle Popcorn, Sugar Monkey Bubble Tea. I know the kids will love that. Also, Kona Ice will be there. And for the adults, we have Bellaterra Winery and Quinn Brewery.
So that is great. So you have the food and beverage vendors that'll be right on site. And will they be there all day?
Yes, they will be there from 12 until 7. So we did ask them to stay after Mass for those that don't want to eat an hour before Mass. Then they're going to be hungry after Mass. So they will be there until 7 p.m.
That sounds great. And that was really the bishop's idea to fill it out with some food trucks because he thought it would be a good way to attract more people.
It was, yes. He is full of ideas and we're really looking forward to this event. And we hope that this will continue on throughout the years.
This was brought to the diocese by many sponsors. Do you want to talk about the sponsors for a few minutes?
Sure. Yes. We're taking sponsors daily. So, we're continuing to get them in. We have Hillview Motors, Patent Engineering, Sendell Motors, Trifecta Team LLC, Delaney, Tactical Remediation, Tremco, Ramato. We also have Colonial Mart, and Wise Roofing and Coatings. And just in today is Valero Service Incorporated. So we're really excited. No donation is too small or too big. As mentioned before, this is in support of emergency refugees in Ukraine.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's really important to be able to do that. Now, the facility, like if people don't know where Christ Our Shepherd Center is, could you explain that?
Well, so Christ Our Shepherd Center is, depending on which way you're coming, if you're coming past Westmoreland Mall and you continue up Route 30, you would have to potentially do a U-turn, but it sits up on top of a beautiful hill, kind of hidden from the rest of the world, with grounds that when you pull up, you're just like, wow. So seeing all the classic cars, and not to mention that any one that is a sponsor over $1,000 gets to bring 2 show cars. So we will have some additional show cars there as well. But, just as soon as when you get to the top of the hill and you pull on campus, you will be amazed at what is there. it's hidden from the rest of the world. It's like a little hidden gem.
And if you're coming from St. Vincent on the other side of Route 30, you're just simply coming down Route 30 past Mountain View Inn. And right after you pass that light, you'll see a sign on the right-hand side that says Christ Our Shepherd Center. Mm-hmm. So you'll pull up the hill and then you'll have parking for spectators and then parking for the show cars. So it's important to know that there's special planning going on around where the show cars park.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm sure John will be helping with some of that signage, so you will not get lost. You will definitely know that there is a car show going on at Christ Our Shepherd Center that weekend.
Wonderful. And I think anyone who wants to bring their classic car wants to know, too, that it'll be safe. So I think having special parking for that is going to be important. And then the setup there as well, once you park and you walk over, you envision seeing the cars there and then a line of food trucks so people can head over there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And all of the food trucks sound wonderful, but I believe I remember you telling me that the bishop had a special, he has a special affinity for pierogi. And is that happening?
That is happening. Yes. Sunny Shaved Ice and Pierogies will have pierogies on site. Yes.
Because, I'm not sure he could do an event without that. I mean, it's kind of signature for the Diocese of Greensburg. So I think that'll be really nice. So do you enjoy planning these events? I mean, what's it like to do your job?
Every day is a new day and a new challenge, but I would not change it for the world. I mean, just evangelization in itself and reaching a larger audience, whether you're Catholic or not. We just really, really love being around people. That's part of communications, and marketing at a whole is just getting the word out. So we're doing grassroots marketing here and getting our flyers in all those packets. So if you are having a car show or of a car show that you did not see our flyer at yet, please, reach out and we'll print some out and you can pick them up, hand them out wherever you need to.
Yeah, I think this is a nice opportunity, too, for people to gather after so long of not being able to gather. Because we were even thinking about doing this car show last year at the diocese, but even then we're concerned about gathering.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And with Christ Our Shepherd Center, it's nice that we have a large outdoor space. And there also is inside dining for those. If it's too hot, they can go inside and eat. We'll have some tented areas as well that'll be covered from the sun. So we are definitely doing it at the right time and the right place.
I think there was also an opportunity here for kids to engage. That was something that was really important to the bishop as well. And looks like a youth choir during the Mass, right?
Yes. Nothing better than children singing.
Yeah, that'll be nice. And then also some art activities for the children. I think that starts around 3:00.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's all a surprise.
So are you bringing your dad to this event?
I am planning on bringing my dad. Yes, I am planning on making it a family event because, Mass is important, obviously, on the weekend, and nothing better than getting a special blessing for my dad that day from the bishop.
And some pierogi. So that's part of it.
Wine.
And wine, yes. I think that's all part of it. So that sounds like a really nice event. I know it's a tremendous amount of work. WHJB is a media partner to help promote the car show, which is important. And so if any listeners have any questions about the car show, they can certainly log on to the Diocese of Greensburg website. They can also go to dioceseofgreensburg.org/car show. All the information is on there. Why do you want people to register ahead of time? I mean, how does that help in the logistics of all this?
Well, registration just helps with us having enough volunteers to park the cars. I can also reach out to the vendors to let them know how many people to expect that day. Maybe they would need to prepare more food or, have more water on hand, whatever it may be. But it's just nice to know. And then to order the t-shirts. I mean, if you pre-register, you get a free t-shirt. So, maybe we'll put Bishop Kulig's face on the front, driving his classic car. But it's always nice to know how many people we will be expecting at events.
Yeah, so the registration is free for the cars and free for the t-shirts, correct?
Yes, and every car gets a dash plaque.
Oh, very nice. So they can get their dash plaque as sort of a memory of what's happening. I think he's really excited about his father-child prize, too. Mm-hmm. And I understand there's also a Bishop's Choice Award. Yes. Is that right?
Yes, I heard all the awards are ordered and they're being made. So I know that he's just dreaming of the perfect car to pick.
That's great. Yes, he has quite a bit of energy, as do you. Now, how long have you been at the diocese?
I am going on my 4th year here, the diocese.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your background.
My background is very extensive in multiple avenues. I've been in the customer service industry, paralegal. I've worked for DeLallo's. I can't escape that one. And then I ended up at Excella Health in marketing there and working with physicians. And now I'm at the diocese. So it all feeds in together. But this is definitely my home for right now. And I've enjoyed every moment of it. And I'm looking forward to many more years.
You know what? When I walk into Greensburg Central Catholic, I noticed that there's a picture of you up in the hallway. Tell us about that.
I am a graduate of Greensburg Central Catholic. I won't say what year I graduated, but I was on the basketball team, and we have 2 gold medals underneath our belt. We were Whitfield state champions. Whitfield champions and state champions. So this is rounding on a monumental milestone, and we are still the only women's basketball team that holds a state title at Greensburg Central Catholic.
Wow, that is impressive. Maybe you should invite all of your former team over to the car show as well.
I think I will. That might be a good time for us to all get together for sure. So yes, my son is now a student there. I'm sure he'll love this if he hears it, and he does walk down the hall every morning and see my smiling face, and his friends remind him that his mom is on the wall of fame and he will never be there.
That's fantastic. So now working for the diocese, you do a lot of these nonprofit events. What's your favorite when you look back and see the events? Because all of these events are for charity. They all support, for instance, mission work or something like that.
Mm-hmm. That is a tough question, Jen. Because there really is not one event that, I haven't enjoyed working on. I would probably say our most recent one was the Prayer and Perfect Pairing event that we did in November. It was a huge undertaking, but we have a great team here that is just full of ideas, and the flow of that event. And it was 4 missions this year. And I think as we look at it, we can continue to grow that and support other missions, whether it's retired priest or this one also went to the international priest as well. So I love event planning, and I just really love the evangelization of everything. And I also enjoy, I know it's not a big event, but Catholic schools is a big deal in my heart. So working with the Catholic schools team and doing their Catholic schools breakfast in honor of 3 Golden Apple winners is one of my favorite events as well.
Yeah. So just to recap there, Prayer and Perfect Pairings was an event at Christ Our Shepherd Center, a 5-course dinner, which was featured on this show beforehand. Sellout crowd, I think about 350. And it was a 5-course wine dinner that, again, supported mission work. Because when you look at special collections, like a collection that you would have for missions, it helps when people are in church. And when people are not in church because of the COVID pandemic, you're not seeing that support for mission, not for any other reason other than they can't be present because of the pandemic. And so I think that really helped to close the deficit for missions. And in total, the campaign was somewhere around $100,000, I think, raised, and all donated for mission work, which is tremendous. So that has to be fun when you see that you're raising money for good things. That would be mission work both here in Western Pennsylvania, but also abroad.
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, it is tremendous. And the evangelization efforts across the board between the parishes and the diocese at large is wonderful.
Yeah. So let's recap one more time all the information about the car show. Give us the who, what, when, where, why, and how.
So again, we are having a Father's Day weekend car show on June 18th, which is a Saturday at Christ Our Shepherd Center. The location there is 2900 Seminary Drive, and that is in Greensburg. And the registration for the show cars begin at 9 a.m. until 12. So we will run the car show from 12 to 4 with DJ Frankie Day And he has a special host with him, Jerry Kovac, which I heard he's phenomenal as well. And so between 12 and 4, you can come take a look at these fancy cars and maybe get a chance to put a bug in someone's ear about your favorite one. The awards start at 4, and then we will be following that with an outdoor mass, hopefully, as the weather holds up. If not, we have a beautiful chapel, as Jen did mention, in our bishop inside. So rain will not be a problem because there's a lot of indoor space as well. And we have food truck and beverage vendors on site from 12 to 7. So we hope that you can join us for a special day with your father, and maybe bring the kids out for a craft that will begin at 3 p.m. So maybe it'll be something for the car. They can have a little memorabilia from their grandchildren that they can keep in their classic car.
I love that idea. So where can you find more information, and what can you register for?
Sure. You can find more information at dioceseofgreensburg.org/car show. And you can pre-register today for a free t-shirt, and also pre-register your car as well for that dash plaque. And
no harm, no foul, because you can register your car for free.
For free. Yes.
So the dash plaque will be there, and then, weather permitting, the show will go on. But either way, that mass with Bishop Kulik is happening, whether it rain or shine, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that'll be happening. And also pre-registering allows us an opportunity to maybe reach out to you if something does come up, or if we have some new vendors or new food trucks coming in, we can always send little messages out to you. So it is very important that we just kind of have that contact information for you.
Now, you're doing this in partnership with an organization.
Yes, we are. We are partnering with the Pontiac Oakland Club International, the Western PA chapter.
So they are going to be there helping to support parking and flow. These are experts. These guys know what they're doing, and they all have these fabulous Pontiacs.
And they're all bringing their cars.
And it's interesting because I think they were the ones that actually approached the bishop and said, hey, you love Pontiacs. We love Pontiacs. How can we collaborate?
Yep. And here we are today. We'll be there all together on June 18th.
And that's how it happened. So the Diocese of Greensburg Father's Day weekend car show, that's on Saturday, June 18th. A great opportunity for you to bring friends and family out to Christ Our Shepherd Center. That's at 2900 Seminary Drive in Greensburg. Registration is open, so we hope to see you there. Today on the show was Bishop Larry Kulik, who is the driving force behind this car show. Also, we talked to John Zilka. He is the Director of Visual Communications for the Diocese of Greensburg, and Robin Miele is the Director of Marketing for the Diocese of Greensburg. I only get to have you guys on about once a year, so it's nice to talk to you in a friendly way and tell people what you're working on. We're all very thankful for all your hard work, and I'm sure it's going to be a great event. Thanks for listening to Westmoreland Community Connections on WHJB. I'm your host, Jennifer Miele.
This has been Westmoreland Community Connections, a look at issues and happenings in and around Westmoreland County. Join us again next week on Classic Hits 107.1 WHJB. HJB.